Thank you so much for coming back to meet with me today, Golda.
It was no trouble.
The question is, why did you care so much about Israel?
Well, in my childhood, there was a rather anti-Semitic mob that was after my family. So, we had to leave Russia. Well, I had a normal childhood. As normal as it can be in an ultra-Orthodox home.
So, how did you end up in Israel?
My husband and I moved to a kibbutz. Then we briefly lived in Tel Aviv, and ended up just living in Jerusalem, where we later would raise our family.
How did you work your way up into becoming the Prime Minister?
I cared about Israel, and everything that was in it, and I couldn't let that dream die.
Wow. What did you do in the government before you were the Prime Minister?
Well, my first job was as the secretary of the Women's Working Zionist Organization. After that, I worked so hard to get Jews that had escaped the Holocaust into Israel, because the British wouldn't let them into Palestine, and I couldn't let that happen. Then I worked under Ben-Gurion, the first Prime Minister of Israel, and I was his best man. And then in '66, I was the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and I helped reunite Israel's workforce, and I really worked hard in the government for Israel.
I know that this is exactly what I have been waiting for. Can you please tell me about your experience as the Prime Minister?
Well, I opened up a truce between Israel and the U.S. The U.S. promised to help us if there was an attack, and there wasn't an attack on that time, but luckily, if there was, Israel would have had the support of the U.S. Yes, but I did more. At the time, the Arabs, they really wanted Israel, their land, back. And they were willing to do anything to get it, even sacrifice their families. They were killing their own children and saying that this was Israel's fault. The media was attacking us. I spoke out. I put myself on the line because I couldn't bear to see children die and have their name in vain. I have the two of my own children, and I would never do that to them. And I had to stand for children everywhere. Enemies or not, children are one of the most important things.
Thank you for your time.
Golda Meir, everyone. I have to go back.